Jason Mobley, the UC Guru here, bringing a new feature functionality of Zoom Phone. I brought my colleague Brian Gerber here today. Brian discovered a new feature of Zoom Phone. And Brian, tell us a little more about that discovery that you found.
Yeah, it's a cool new feature Zoom came out with just recently. Initially, with Zoom, they have the common area devices that can only be attached to an actual desk phone. The new feature is that you can actually attach a common area device to your smartphone now and have your mobile device act as a common area.
So give me kind of a use case of where this would be applicable with a business.
In essence, if you have an individual who normally would prefer to have a common area device that may not have a full user account, and they're not always going to be in the office, and they don't have a soft phone, and they don't have a desktop client, they can actually activate their mobile device. And now that phone number and extension are going to be, the calls will be sent to their actual cell phone.
Yeah, so that's interesting because with common area devices, for those that don't know, is a device typically for a space, not a person, like a break room, a conference room, a lobby phone. But in a common area, as Brian has indicated, you don't actually have a soft client with a common area license. So with this new feature functionality, we're going to demonstrate today how we set that up, some different configuration settings, and how to actually get it set up on your mobile device. So let's dig in, and let me share my screen and I'll show you how that's done. Now we're logged into the Zoom tenant. Where we are here is we are scrolled down under admin. So you have to be a Zoom admin specifically for phone to be able to do this. I'm going to scroll down and we're in account settings, and specifically we're under Zoom Phone. Now, to make it easier, I'm just going to hit Control F or Command F. We're going to type the word smart. And you'll notice there's a new feature called Common Area Smartphones. So as an admin, I'm going to enable that. It's going to ask me to confirm. Now, we have some additional configuration settings. The first is the expiration period. So on that, how long do I want the activation code to remain valid? 10 days, 30 days, or 90 days. In this example, I'm going to go 90. Access permissions. Select who can access and manage the device if restrictions are applied, and a personal extension and a PIN code. So by default, it's no restrictions. Or I can do a custom member list. If I do a custom member list and click save, I can actually add members. So if I wanted to add Jason, I can add Jason as a member, or I can add Brian as a member. But in this example, we're not going to do a custom member list. We're going to go with no restrictions. So now I've set the policy setting. That's step one. The next thing I need to do is actually set an activation code on that device. So in this tab here, I'm under Zoom Phone, Admin, Phone System Management, and I'm down to Phones and Devices. Now, the device I'm going to use is the lobby phone. In that lobby phone, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click the three dots and I'm going to view an activation code. So it gives me this activation code, tells me that expires on January 29th. Now, you see my cell phone over on the right-hand side. I'm going to click my Zoom app. Here I can join the meeting, sign up, or sign in. But we're not going to sign in because the common area device does not have an email. I'm going to click the gear at the top left. And here you will see activation code login. So we have two choices here. I can manually enter that code on the screen, or I can take a shortcut. I can scan that QR code, and here I'm going to click the QR code button. I scan the device, and now I'm logged in as a common area device. I have my call history, and I can actually dial out from that common area device. So again, new feature functionality to Zoom Phone. This is allowing your common area to be a smartphone device. Now, Brian, thank you for sharing this feature. Where do you see a lot of these people kind of activating this from different verticals? Maybe, let's say, a university, a city government, a K-12 school, or maybe a retail business. But where do you see this going to be used and impactful the most?
Sure. No, it's a cool feature. And I think that where it'll help the most is where if a user may not need a full user unlimited license, they may be making very limited calls as far as licensing goes from a common area perspective, because they don't need all sorts of unlimited licensing. they may be able to, quickly activate their phone on a mobile device if they're not always in the office, giving them, limited use case scenario where somebody doesn't need that sort of full functionality. I'm figuring from an education standpoint, if it's a teacher and they have a common area phone in their room, but for some reason they're going, they have to go mobile on a field trip or something like that, they need to be in touch. They can speak to the admin, and the admin would contemporarily activate their smartphone as their classroom phone, and therefore they go mobile. Pretty cool.
Yeah, the other use case that came to mind as we're talking is a lot of times we see businesses that are hybrid, right? So they have days that they're in the office and they have days that they're at home. But obviously, if they had a common area device, they would either have to pick that phone up and take it home. Now with this feature, they can actually use that common area device on their mobile client. So Brian, thank you for bringing this feature to our attention and sharing it to our subscribers online. Again, Jason Mobley, the UC Guru, here with my friend and colleague, Brian Gerber. Check us out and subscribe for more tips and tricks about Zoom Phone, Zoom Contact Center, or UCaaS in general. Thank you. Have a blessed day.